Hello, and welcome to another episode of the 2016 Rewind, where we look at films from 2016 that are turning 10 years old here in 2026. We looked at a few different films from 2016, had some fun with that. This is the final film from 2016 before we go back 5 more years to 2011, starting next week. But for this final one, it's important to know that I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. If you recognize that, you are probably a fan of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. This came out a year after the kind of relaunch of Star Wars, as it got Lucasfilm got sold to Disney. We had seen, uh, Episode 7. But we were promised we were going to get Star Wars stories pretty much every year, and some of them would be standalone stories taking part away from the main story. And the first of those was Rogue One. This one came from Gareth Edwards. It had a great cast led by Felicity Jones and Diego Luna. And it was standalone-ish until you get to the final pieces and you realize how closely it ties directly into Star Wars A New Hope. Also, since then, we've gotten Andor, the series, 2 seasons worth, which provided a lot of background and context. So, a decade on, the film really doesn't stand on its own that much, but it still remains one of the best of the new Star Wars entries and one of the best Star Wars films, period. It is not my number one overall favorite, but it is top 3 for me. I love the way that it's put together. I love the cast. I love the way it all ends up working out. The story, maybe not the happiest of endings. I remember how bummed out my wife was when she realized that they weren't going to make it. But if you've seen Star Wars, you can kind of piece together where this one is going. Some great performances. I thought it was a lot of fun. So Rogue One, it's hard to believe it's been 10 years, but definitely a great entry into the canon of Star Wars, well worth checking out. Well, as I mentioned, that does it for the 2016 Rewind. We will drop back 5 more years next week and start a journey through a few films from 2011. I hope you will be back to join me for that. Until then, enjoy some Rogue One, enjoy the Super Bowl, enjoy your day.